Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out Guess the English Accent. I'm going to do something a little different, play a little game, see if I can guess the English accents. I already watched the first one, so I already know what it is, but let's go.
Guess the different varieties of English accents and where they are most commonly used. Let's find out. 1.
Definitely. Yeah, everyone's got bucket lists, of course. But I look forward to it, and also I made sure I was going to be active. And difference being was I maybe waking up during the night and I put the television on. Difference what I used to do up at 6 o'clock into training ground.
It's the Scottish accent.
I already watched this much of the video, so I already knew that. I did guess it correctly, but you just have to take my word for it. I'm going to bet that I can guess the rest of them. Well, no. Maybe, I bet I could guess half of them, because 23, that means there's 22 left. That's a lot. I can't even think of, I don't think I'm going to get them all. I'm going to get half. I'll get a C+ on this, I bet.
2.
Right, the Lees are doing a lot of talking at the fairs. They have a lot of kin. They're saying the racetracks are easy meat because the police are busy with strikes. Now, we have connections. We know how they operate.
Okay, that's definitely in the UK. Definitely English. I'm going to say that's the RP accent, received pronunciation. So like London. Is this a London accent?
You have...
It's the Brummie accent.
Nope. Okay, that's one. There's no way I would have guessed Brummie. I think I've heard it before because I know Ozzy Osbourne has that accent, but I would not have guessed it. Okay, what's next?
3.
It's not erasing the crisis. It's not saying there wasn't a problem first. It's not saying that there's parts of the Bible that people have bastardized and used in the wrong way. But you don't throw the whole book out.
That's American. It's not Southern. It's not New England. It's not New York or Boston. I'm going to guess like Ohio or some Middle American accent.
And say, well, it's all bad then.
It's the Texas accent.
No, it's not. That was not Texas. No.
Accent. 3.
It's not erasing the crisis. It's not saying there wasn't a problem first. It's not.
A Texan would say, it's not erasing the crisis. It's not doing the problem first or whatever he said. This is Texas. No, that's not. Yeah, it is. That's Texas, isn't it? That's Texas. I'm doing Texas right now. That's George W. Bush, Texas.
It's not erasing the crisis. It's not saying there wasn't a problem first. It's not saying that there's parts of the Bible that people have bastardized and used in the wrong way. But you don't throw the whole book out.
Okay. Texas is a gigantic place. So damn it. I can't believe I missed that one. Wow. Crap.
4.
But then he asked me after about 21 days, and I said, yes. I cooked him the worst meal. I somehow decided that to stuff a trout with walnuts and goat's cheese would be a good idea. He ate it, and then he asked me to marry him.
Parts of it sounded like received pronunciation, and part of it sounded Australian. There's like a little bit of Australian in there, but not full-on Australian. That was like, I gotta hear that again.
But then he asked me after about 21 days, and I said, yes. I cooked him the worst meal. I somehow decided that to stuff a trout with walnuts.
When she says somehow, that sounds really Australian to me. But it sounds too proper to be Australian, like too posh or whatever.
And goat's cheese would be a good idea. He ate it, and then he asked me to...
He ate, the way she says ate it sounds Australian. He ate it, but it's not. What? Hang on.
He asked me to marry him.
What is it?
So clearly
What is that?
he was...
It's the cultivated Australian accent.
What is cultivated? What is cultivated? What do you mean cultivated? The cultivated Australian English accent is usually produced with tighter vowel durations. Getting this correct depends on the the impact of your regular speech patterns. So if you tend to speak with a broader accent, you want to make your vowel lengths shorter on these vowels. Oh, interesting. So the vowels are shorter, so there's less time for it to sound Australian, I guess. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, I got that one wrong too, because I thought it was not Australian. I should have listened to my gut.
5.
How my mum must have felt, and sort of me looking at my mum, because I've been very lucky. The life I now lead, the experiences I've had, you know, it's not there if my mum doesn't make, you know, certain decisions. Not along with my dad, of course, but yeah, for me mum.
That sounds like Northern England, not Liverpudlian or Scouse, but maybe Yorkshire? Or what else is up there? Manchester? Manchester? I don't know.
To sort of make that decision.
It's the Scouse accent. 6.
I thought... All right, I got that one wrong too. I said not Scouse. My gosh, I overthought that one.
6.
Yeah, so I heard, right, I didn't know that the Globe nominations were coming out that day, and I don't
Irish.
like to know when any of these nominations are coming out because you get really anxious and then you'll just never sleep and you'll never have a life, so I didn't want to know.
Okay, that's definitely Irish. They probably want a more specific answer. I'm gonna guess Dublin. Dublinese. Dublinian.
It's the Irish accent.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got... Yeah.
7.
Wow. Wow. Look at me. So I have 2 correct and 4 incorrect.
See the river behind me? Sorry, it might be a little bit out of focus. The other day a man was out in his boat doing some fishing, but it was really hot, so he didn't stay out there for very long, and I think he only caught...
Okay, I think that's Canadian. At first, I thought it was Pennsylvania, but then he said oot. That's Canadian.
It's the Canadian accent.
All right.
There, right, is the Southern Counties welterweight champion. He is of mixed religion, therefore he is godless. He was adopted by Satan himself before he was returned out of fear of his awkwardness. But it is impossible to marry off due...
Okay. English. I mean, United Kingdom. Like England. But, which part? It doesn't sound like received pronunciation. It sounds more Cockney. I don't know if that's the official name of the accent, though. Maybe it's Wales. I'm going to go with Welsh. We're going with Welsh.
to his lethal dimensions.
It's the Cockney accent.
Oh, I even thought that, but I didn't. Okay. Not doing good.
9.
Thank you, Mr. President. I certainly agree with both of my colleagues. And it's not just Cummings Park, it's Car Park, it's Plaisted Park, it's throughout the community. I think at this point, too, I'd like to send an official resolve to the DPW.
Boston.
To do not only the cleanup.
It's the Boston accent. 10.
I love, just a nice t-shirt and a jeans. But my t-shirts when I used to wear those things was just with a lot of blings. So if you check all my closet, you'll see every t-shirt have some sort of...
Okay. Jamaican. Let me hear it again.
So if you check all my closet, you'll see every t-shirt have some sort of...
The way he said every t-shirt makes me think Jamaican. But, oh man, I know people from the Virgin Islands and it sounds kind of like that. I'm going to go with Jamaican. Jamaican.
Symbols on it.
It's the Jamaican accent.
Oh my God. Okay. Irie.
11.
A lot of people are involved. There's other families, there's friends, and I think it's always important that you do your best to try and respect that as well. So a lot of the time through my career, I've asked to not speak about
Australian. I don't know any more specific than that. Just blanket Australian.
my personal life, or I've tried.
It's the general Australian accent.
Oh my God.
12.
I didn't even know there was a... Okay, yeah. I didn't even know that's what the official name of the accent was, but I got pretty close.
12.
20 years we stay clear of the authorities. I think we know what to do. We made a deal with you people. Now, it wasn't easy to start with, but where I come from, a deal is a deal. And now seems like every day somebody...
Okay, that is a person that is not Creole trying to do a Creole accent. Or, I don't know if that's what it's called. It's not Creole. Is it Creole? You know, New Orleans. That sounds like an actor faking that accent to me. Like a clip from a TV show or something. I'm going to go New Orleans, but that's not the name for it. Is it Creole? I don't think that's the name for it. New Orleans.
Everybody wants to change that deal.
It's the American redneck accent.
What? That's the official name of the accent? American redneck? That is not. I don't think that's the redneck accent. It didn't sound genuine to me. And I don't think that redneck is the official name of the accent. Who made this video? I'm giving myself that one.
13.
We all closed our eyes to what was being said about you. We dismissed it as fabrications, as cruel chatter in light of your decision to give up the throne. But when the truth finally came out, it makes a mockery of even the...
I mean, the content of what she's saying kind of gives it away. This is received pronunciation, right? London. Right? It's got to be.
Central tenets of Christianity.
It's the British received pronunciation.
Okay. All right, 14.
Vandals, Mr. Posh, you know, makes you wonder what it's all about. Like, you know, vandals, you know, what is it all about? You know, what I reckon is that if they had themselves proper jobs, they wouldn't be up to all this, you know, larking every night. What I'm saying is that, like, if they had themselves proper jobs, you know, for the gun till, then they wouldn't...
Oh, wow. I gotta hear it again.
You know, what I reckon is that if they had themselves proper jobs, they wouldn't be up to all this, you know, larking every night. What I'm saying is that, like, if they had themselves proper jobs, you know...
He said, what is it all about? That's throwing me. What is it all about? What is it all about? This is a tough one. It kind of sounds Irish and English. He's talking is throwing me too because he's speaking in these little bursts.
Makes you wonder what it's all about. Like, you know, vandals, you know...
It's not Scottish, is it? No. What is it all about? I guess I have to guess something. Dublin.
They wouldn't date. You know, a lot of them's from broken home.
It's the Geordie accent.
Oh, yeah. I would never have guessed that. There's no way. I don't even know that word. Okay.
15.
Second, the way our agreement works is the minute Cooper signed the deal which gave you everything you wanted, our fee was due and payable, which is why at 7:30 I received confirmation of a wire transfer from escrow indicating payment.
That sounds like Woody Harrelson. He's from Texas. But that's not a Texas accent. That's American, so it was very general. I might say general American.
Indicating payment in full.
Yeah.
It's the Brooklyn accent.
That is not. That is not a Brooklyn accent. Brooklyn accent's like this. Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. What are you doing? Maybe that's Queens. That's not Brooklyn. That's not Brooklyn. But I can't give it to myself, I guess. Who made this video?
Escrow indicating payment in full.
It's the Brooklyn accent.
No, it's not.
16.
My mum and dad come over occasionally to stay with me over here, and when they come over, I rack my brains for things that they'll be interested in doing. Yeah. That'll be fun. And so one year I heard about this place, Medieval Times. Now, I thought my mum and dad are going to love it.
Okay, sounds like England. Welsh. I'm going to say Welsh.
My mum and dad are going to love this. My mum and dad do enjoy dressing.
It's the Welsh accent.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't believe I got that. I was waiting for it to come up. I knew it would come up. The only reference I have for a Welsh accent is Anthony Hopkins. I can't believe it. All right.
17.
What are you doing, mate? Like, you can't be leaving the scene. And he goes, don't be a hero, mate. And I said, I'm not trying to be a hero, but the police are coming. And he just decided he'd scoot up the road, and I just said, nah, it's not going on like that, mate. So I jumped in my car, and I started...
England? It might be South African, though. The way he said car?
And
South
I started
Africa.
chasing him up the road, and then he...
It's the Australian broad accent.
Damn it. Okay.
18.
You can't just waltz in here after all this time and start acting like everything's fine. You just give me a crappy guitar and hope that everything's just going to be fine again. I'm sorry, but I can't forget the fact that you didn't come to my birthdays when you promised that you would. You didn't take me out all the times that you said...
I'm going to say South African.
All the times that you said that you wouldn't, you were not there for me when
It's posh British accent.
Crap.
19.
Right over there by, as soon as you cross the bridge, it's not even 5 minutes away. I live, like, I guess maybe 10 minutes it takes me to get to work every day. And while they hire, that's one reason why they did hire me. They said, you know, people that come in here, all of our...
Okay, half of my family talks like this. It's southern United States, Georgia, Alabama. I don't know what the name is, but it's that.
It's Southern American twang.
Oh yeah, baby. I didn't know that's the name of the accent, but I'm giving it to myself. When I hear that accent, it makes me think of church.
20.
I don't think so. Instead, what happens is you have an economic crisis which says, what better prospects? Well, freaking half the country's unemployed. There's like 4,000 people, I think it was over 4,000 people applied for 17 jobs last week in Derry. 17 freaking jobs.
That sounds Irish, maybe? I'm going to say Dublin.
4,000 people applying for them. That.
It's Northern Irish accent.
So I got it wrong.
21.
All these other men that are getting your deals and your brand deals and you're getting invited here and you're invited there, you weren't football YouTubers. We made you come into our... We've opened the lane, blood. Do you understand? The only man that I could say who's been doing it longer than man is like...
Okay, England. That sounds more Cockney to me than their example of Cockney. I don't know what to call it, though. I don't know what the name is. I'm going to say South of England, urban area.
Poet, Vuj, and them man...
It's Jamaican slang.
No way! Really? Okay. Nothing about that sounded Jamaican to me. But I've never been to Jamaica.
22.
Oh, that's what it's about, you know what I mean? It's like everyone's a bit square at the moment, aren't they? You know what I mean? Everyone's just a bit serious and miserable, you know what I mean? I do like winding people up, you know what I mean? But
Manchester.
A lot of these rock and roll stars these days are coming and just getting a check, aren't they? And going, oh, imagine Keith Moon drumming.
I think that's Manchester because I think Oasis is from Manchester, and that's what they talk like. They said, do you know what I mean, a lot. Where's Oasis from? Are they from Manchester? I don't remember. I know where their musical influences are from. That's obvious. I'm going with Manchester.
It's Mancunian.
Oh my God. Mancunian. I can't believe I got that.
23.
I don't know, man. I just tell them I'll do it and I show up, man. I just call them, tell them we're going to push it back, man. I rush after our show. Dave has a trailer and there's like a little motor thing on the back of the trailer. It's like a little bus.
Okay, that sounds like Kevin Hart. I don't know what to call the accent, though. What would you call that? I'm afraid to say the wrong word. American? I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I'm curious to see what they call it. I don't know the correct verbiage.
Motor trend like bus, and then
it's the African American accent.
Okay. But not all African Americans talk like that, so I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's the official title of the accent. It looks like this says Pennsylvania, United States behind it. So the African American accent is from Pennsylvania, United States. That's who made this. This is bizarre. I'm giving myself that one. So let's see. 12 correct? No way. But that's about what I thought I would get as a half. But I got a little more than half. Hey, great. Awesome. Good for me. Cheers. Oh, this was really fun. How did you guys do at home? Let me know in the comments. It's amazing how many English accents there are. It's mind-blowing. And I guess other languages have this many accents as well. I guess there's probably an English-French accent, right? Maybe? Or a South African French accent. That's different from France French accent. I know there's a Spain Spanish accent and a Mexican Spanish accent. Hopefully one day we will all evolve to just be able to telepathically send ideas and messages to each other. But until then, we're stuck with all this confusing stuff. Well, this was fun. Thank you all for recommending. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.